All right, so these are the 4 things you need to quit doing in order to get ripped. And really, this comes from my own experience of being stuck in a cycle of where I would just lose weight and get skinny, then I get fat again. Skinny, fat, skinny, fat. It sort of sucks. You look pretty bad. But ultimately, is because I was still doing these 4 things. And if you want to be somebody who looks ripped and has a good body composition, you need to quit these now. So the very first thing that I quit doing was cutting out whole macro groups. So often you're going to see these extreme diets and protocols online of people telling you need to go low carb or low fat, and they're going to swear by this. But the truth is that only works for a short period of time and is not going to lead to a result to what actually gets you ripped. Your body is complex. There's plenty of hormones, peptides, all these signaling that is going on. And the truth is you need to have a very balanced approach when it comes to setting this up. So I would recommend and avoid my mistakes of going from these keto diets for years, but also at the same time, don't go on this type of low fat diet approach either. So truth is, I want you to be somewhere in the middle, in the balance. Find this gray area to where you can maybe manipulate fat low enough to where you're not going to have any hormonal issues, or you can manipulate carbs low enough to where you're not always in a state of ketosis. If you find that truth in the middle, you are going to have a much better outcome when it comes to getting that ripped and lean physique. The second thing that I quit doing was over relying on supplements. So take my advice with this one. If you see a supplement come up that it's like the next new big thing and it's going to get you all the results, it's not. There is no magic pill. And if I could tell myself for all the years of trying to research and find out that magic pill, I would have saved myself so much time, struggle, and money. So my advice here is that I want you to lock in the diet and lock in the lifestyle before you think about adding supplements. Supplements can have some benefit, but they are very small and they're very unique to your situation. So don't just go buy all the fat burners. Instead, focus on the food that you are consuming in the right amounts and you will have much better results. The third thing that I quit doing was swapping programs every few weeks. What I mean by this is I want you to go pick a diet. I don't care what it is. It can be keto. I'm not a huge fan of that. Or you can do whatever you want. I'm just here to help you out. And stick with it for at least 3 months. Give yourself 3 months of consistency and determination in one area and block out all the noise. Same goes with your training. Pick one program and stick with it for at least 12 weeks. If you do not get your results after those 12 weeks, then consider a different program, but you must give it time to work. This is not an instant swap. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. It's going to happen in around 12 to 16. All right. The last thing that I quit doing was daily exercise. I was so desperate and stressed of I need to change now and just do everything that I would go all in and start exercising every day because I wanted results as fast as possible. But this is where you put excess potential into that, and you are going to get the actual opposite of doing it. So my advice here is that I want you to find your laziness threshold. What is the least amount of work you can do that gets the results? For me, that was training 3 times a week in the gym. That's just 3 hours a week. That's very manageable for me and honestly for most of you out there as well. I want you to find exercise that you naturally enjoy doing and have fun doing it. All right? That's all you got to do. If you do those 4 things, you will get ripped. So to summarize, I want you to not cut out whole macro groups. Stay balanced in your approach. Next, stop over supplementation. You don't need all that crap. Third, stick with a program, give it time to work, and make continued progress in one area. And finally, don't do this daily exercise thing. And ultimately, over time, you're going to get much better results than you would in the first place. That's it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also comment down below if you've fallen into traps of any of these things and let me know. I'd love to know. That's it for this video. I will catch you in the next one. Keep getting them gains.